it was really a little bit sexist, a pass that you were automatically popular. You know, you go out to eat with them and you became best friends with them. The whole mean girl, like my eyebrow split. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you guys are new. So today in this video, I am going to be talking all about my experience as being a high school cheerleader. I'm going to be talking about common stereotypes and really giving the truth about if they're real, if they're not, and just my overall experience being a cheerleader in high school. So if you guys want to hear all about that, then keep watching. So I was a cheerleader from sophomore year to senior year. Sophomore year is kind of a little bit of a blur. I just remember feeling super uncomfortable because I joined like in the winter season and that was competition time, so I was just learning everything, learning the ropes, and I just remember being kind of awkward because I really only had one friend on the team. And then junior year is when I joined fall cheerleading, and that's when I really started to kind of like get more comfortable, actually become friends with a lot of people on the team, like good friends. That's when Renee and I became best friends. This is kind of when everything started to really give me the inside look on what it was like. So first thing I want to discuss is my experience with relationships with the football players, not romantic relationships, never had one of those with a football player, but just the whole dynamic of football player and cheerleaders. So for me, I felt like it was really a little bit sexist to me. I felt like, you know, having the option, it was never mandatory, thank God, but having the option of being like a football player's personal cheerleader and, you know, getting them Gatorade before a game and stuff like that, to me it just comes across so 1950s. Like, we have broken out of that where women and girls, especially like impressionable teenage girls, are, you know, that should be like something that we do. In my opinion, in a healthy dynamic between a football player and a cheerleader, you both should get each other something and make it even, because I'm doing a lot of work on the sidelines too. You know, I'm throwing girls in the air, so that goes both ways. This is nothing at the person that I was like their cheerleader to, who's a super nice guy, literally has nothing to do with him, but more just the whole like idea of it. I just don't like it. I did it my junior year because it was my first time doing fall cheerleading, and I kind of wanted to like, you know, really divulge in and do it and kind of do what other people were doing, if I'm gonna be honest, because I was new and I didn't really want to be the one girl that wasn't it. I felt like I was gonna be left out. At least in my experience at my school, it wasn't like, you know, you go out to eat with them and you became best friends with them. So if you feel like you're scared that you're gonna be left out if you don't do that because it's optional at your school, it's really not gonna happen. Not to say that the cheerleaders that get boys and enjoy getting football players, you know, stuff before the game, not saying that they're taking on a submissive role. It just, to me, that's what I associate it with, and I feel like, I know for me, I always have felt so strongly that cheerleading is its own sport, you know, breaking out of that idea that cheerleading isn't a sport, so I felt like it just fed into it in my experience, and I didn't like it. I was also so bad at it. I would sometimes forget, and then I'd bring them like 3 bags of candy the next time, so it was just not good, and I didn't like it. To go along with that, I know a lot of people think that being a cheerleader automatically means that you're popular, that you're, you know, queen bees, that the cheerleading girls are these like super cool girls. That is not true. I found from my experience, I had the same amount of friends that I did before being a cheerleader as I did when I was a cheerleader. I found that there was popular people on the cheer team, popular people on the soccer team, popular people on the basketball team, lacrosse team, volleyball team. So just because you were a cheerleader didn't give you like a pass that you were automatically popular. So if you're doing it because of that, don't, because it doesn't work that way. The next thing that I already kind of mentioned is the whole thing of cheerleading not being a sport. That is the most annoying thing, and to anyone who's a cheerleader right now, even if you get in a fight with someone about it, get in a fight with someone about it, because it's so not true. But at the end of the day, other people's opinions don't matter. But yeah, I got injured so many times, so how do you get injured if you're not in danger? And cheerleading is literally probably the most dangerous sport, period. So going into one of my injuries really quick, because I feel like it's such a part of my high school journey and my high school cheerleading experience that I really have to talk about it. So that would be my eyebrow split. So I got elbowed or kicked, I don't even know, in the eyebrow, and my eyebrow split open. I'll include pictures. I feel like it's so fun to talk about injuries that you've gotten. Okay, so the next thing that I kind of want to talk about is the whole mean girl like association with cheerleaders. So I don't think that to be true. I think that there are nice people and mean people on every team in every high school sport. That's my opinion. And I do think with cheerleading, it is, other than the one boy on my team, hi Liam, I love you, other than the one boy, it's all girls for like 6 months. So people will get on each other's nerves. If you're thinking about doing cheerleading and for long periods of time, just prepare yourself that it's not all just like super fun and all super cheery, because, you know, with other sports that I've been on, if you think about it, like I was a soccer player, oh my god, you're so spread out on the field, you're not right up against people. Whereas with cheerleading, you're literally body to body with people on your team. So just the bondness that it forms is one thing, and the tension that it can form is a whole nother thing. And I think something that's so important with being in an atmosphere like that, that is so amazing, but also can be really, really stressful and cause tension just because it's like so much of just each other, is really learning how to advocate for yourself. Because there was times, and I'm not gonna get into them because I'm not shady and I don't want to be shady, but there was times where I was genuinely so frustrated at situations on the team, and learning how to speak up for yourself, really in any situation, but especially for me in cheerleading, was a really big lesson. You know, we just really have to remember that cheerleading is so temporary, and that when you leave high school, like, no one cares if you were a cheerleader. It doesn't really matter. So really confront people if you feel annoyed about stuff, you know, like that's my biggest thing, my biggest piece of advice. Leading into another thing that I kind of want to talk about is I did feel pressure while I was on a cheerleader to kind of fit a certain mold of like, you know, and that's not fun if you feel like you're not living up to people's expectations if you're not like that. I am naturally a positive and happy person, so I think I definitely geared more towards that type of personality just naturally, but sometimes for me it became a toxic thing of feeling like I had to fit that mold and that personality. So that's something that I would just watch out for and just check in with yourself, like, hey, I need to make sure that I am feeling what I'm feeling for myself, not for other people, and to say that like, okay, at least I'm, you know, super happy on the team. I have to keep up that idea of me being, you know, because that's really not healthy for yourself. And I did find that I had some mental blocks and some issues with that as I was a cheerleader and during my time on the cheer team, of feeling like I had to be that person. And I think the minute that I kind of learned, and this was more like senior year and the end of my junior year, the minute I realized just being myself, that was the minute that I became happy for myself. And then I think it even radiated more positivity towards everyone else because I wasn't so worried about being positive for everyone else. So just keep that in mind, that you really don't have to fit a mold and you don't have to be a certain person. Be something for yourself and then you'll be something for someone else. That was really insightful. And then the last kind of thing that I want to say and piece of advice that I want to give is how important it is to find someone that really grounds you while being on a team that can get really intense sometimes. Definitely try and find someone on the team that brings out that laughter in you and that fact that like, this is stupid to get so worked up about this, you know, whatever it is, like this is just high school. So I really recommend trying to find someone that is that person for you, because I had a lot of great friends, but Renee was always that person for me that, you know, really helped me just remember like, it's okay. I think that's all I'm gonna include in this video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I also want to give a shout out to my team because I really love you guys and I miss you guys so much, and lots of luck this season. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.